Give me less than 10 minutes in this video and I'll show you why the way you give discounts in your home service business is the reason why you're not growing. And I'm gonna show you step by step with math that a kindergartner can understand in this video. Now here's what you're doing right now, and I'm going to explain why this is the wrong way to look at things. You're gonna quote somebody for whatever trade you have. You're gonna quote them $1,000 for something. Let's just use a round, easy number. And the person's gonna get the estimate, and then they're gonna say, you know what, we're right there. Can you do it for 900? And most of you go, I'm this close. I'm on the 1 yard line for this $1,000 job. He wants to negotiate a little bit and he wants to do it for 900. I'm not going to say no to $900. And so you say yes and you book the job for $900, and it's only $100 off of 1,000. So it's, you know, a 10% discount. That's what a lot of you do when people ask you for discounts. After watching this video, most of you will be very careful about how much you discount people. Also, for those of you that don't know me, I own a 7-figure holiday lighting business. I also own the Home Service Accelerator, where we've helped over 800 home service businesses dial in their Facebook ads themselves without an agency, optimize their Google Maps pages, and also build out a ton of different automations and systems that the giant home service businesses have. So if you book with Home Service Accelerator and you mention this video, we'll give you a 10% discount. Psych! That's the wrong way to do it, and here's why. So now let's do some math, and I'm gonna show you guys why giving discounts is killing you and you don't even realize it. So this is a very easy breakdown of a window cleaning business's margins and all of their operating costs and everything else that comes into it. Not gonna spend a ton of time on it, but if you have any other type of business than a window cleaning business, junk removal business, plug in your numbers, it's all the same. So the window cleaning guy sells a $1,000 job. He's got about a 28% or $280 in labor expense coming out of this job. He's got 15% of his revenue he puts back into marketing. For easy math here, it's just $150 goes into marketing, 6% of equipment costs, so 60 bucks comes out there, $40 of insurance, so 4% for his GL insurance and everything else that comes out, so 5% on his P&L goes to supplies, and 7% goes to overhead. So all of these 280 bucks plus 150 plus 60 plus 40 plus 50 plus 70 is $650 in expenses. So this window cleaning business is a $350 net profit on this $1,000 job. And so what that means is if he does a $1,000 job, he's netting 350 bucks, which is fantastic. So we took a $1,000 job. We took very standard industry norms, and of $1,000 revenue, this owner operator is a 35% net margin business. Now, did I leave out some expenses or lump some in? Absolutely, but that's very normal. Don't get caught up on the individual categories if your business is different. That's not the point. The point of this is he does a $1,000 job. He doesn't make $1,000. He nets 350 if everything is dialed in. So homeowner John goes, hey man, I think we're close, but you know what? If you do it for $900, you got yourself a deal. And so now window cleaning owner goes, okay, 900, same expenses. Some of you are probably watching and you're saying, but Steve, his marketing cost is variable because it's 15%. Sure, if you want to really dial in the numbers and change the $900 15% marketing charge, sure, it's going to be a little bit less expense there, but for the most part, and for the easy math and how 99% of you running your business, you're not going to vary your marketing spend based on the last month's sales. I promise you, you're not. And so we're just going to leave it how it is. So what happens is he gives a $100 discount. And when he gives a $100 discount, he's left with $900 revenue on this same job. But what happens is now he's got basically the same amount of expenses. $650 again comes out. And so now it's being subtracted from 900. In his mind, he goes, $100 on a $1,000 job? I'm going to lose it. It's only a 10% discount. It's not a 10% discount. At this point, a $900 job for the same work when he quoted $1,000. The expenses stayed relatively the same, and he profited $250 for the same amount of work. What was 35% net margins, which is extremely healthy, is now 27.7% margins, which you're like, big deal, Steve. That's not that crazy of a number. But let me tell you what happens to your business if you operate that way. So if he never gave a discount, and for every $1,000 that he does in revenue, he gets $350. And then he started giving out discounts like hotcakes, but his average profit per job went down to $250. So what you guys are thinking is, oh, 35% to 27%, big deal. That's a 8% decrease. No, it's not. He didn't just do lower margin in his business. He very clearly has the ability to sell at 35% net margins because that's what he models at when he gives quotes. And then somebody beat him up on price, so he gave a discount. But what you have to understand is is the discount comes out of the net profit number. After you've given a quote on numbers that you know you should be at, the discount needs to be subtracted from the net profit number because all of your other expenses relatively stay the same. And so what happens is it's not a difference of 8%, it's that his net profit, 35% dropping down to 27%, is actually a 22.8% decrease in his net profit. So your profit margin got almost cut by a quarter because you decided to give a $100 discount, which back to here, you thought was just a 10% discount, but it's not just a 10% discount. You are taking that number completely off the bottom line. And this is what people do not understand about giving discounts, is if you quoted something in this way, and then you gave the quote to him knowing, yep, this is the job where I'm landing at 35% net margin, and then you immediately subtract $100. So we'll slide in $100 right here. This number becomes $250. You immediately took a huge haircut on your net profit. And for what? Because you were afraid some guy was going to say no? The entire goal here is to have money left in the bank account when it's all said and done. Stop caring about the revenue number. The number that matters is the net profit at the end. So when you gave him $100 off of the $1,000 quote, you didn't give him $100 off of $1,000. You gave him $100 out of your $350 net profit, which is a bad idea in most cases. Here's another example. Here's a junk removal business. Very similar model. $1,000 in junk removal, $200 in labor, so 20%, $160 in disposal fees plus fuel because they drive around like crazy in big heavy trucks, 15% marketing or $150, $80 equipment charge and vehicle cost, whatever else, and then $110 in general liability and overhead and whatever else. So $200 labor plus $160, so there's $360 plus $150, $510 plus $80 brings us to $590 plus $110 brings us to $700 in expenses. He was gonna have a $300 net profit job. Then the guy says, I want to do it for $850. That discount that he gives, just pull it right out of the profit. So now it's a $150 profit job. Does that seem fun? Does that seem like a good time for anybody to bust your ass and fill a junk removal truck for $1,000 and make $150 after in net profit margin when you know your goal is to be at 30% net because you're an owner operator? If your new profit is about there. Now, obviously the net margin and everything changes when the revenue number's lower. And the reason I'm showing you guys this in this way is there's like finance bro math and then there's business owner bro math. And yes, like, could I tweak the marketing surcharge needs to actually be, you know, 120, 115. I could do all of that stuff all day long. But my point of this is to showcase that when you give a discount and you already know what your pricing needs to be, start subtracting the discount from what you think you will net on that job. And so instead of going, well, a variable here, maybe I could go a little quicker on my labor and if I do this, no. You already knew your numbers when you were quoting. All you need to do is when somebody asks you for a discount, you go, I'm a 30% net profit business based on my books last month. This guy's asking for $150 off of a $1,000 job. That is actually half of my net profit gone. Do you still want to do the job? No. You probably end up discounting a lot less or sticking to your guns a lot more on these if you actually understand your numbers. And so what most guys do is just quite simple. They see big revenue numbers and all they do is give discounts and price off of the big revenue number because that's what the customer sees. What a good business owner does, if I have employees and everything else, I'm probably like a 24% net profit business. And that's a good business with employees and everything. I'm making $240 net profit a job. If somebody says, I'll do it for $120 off, but all of the rest of my expenses are the same, that $120 cuts my net profit in half. You still want to do the job? No. And what you guys have to understand is some of this is finance math, some of this is accountant math. The only thing that matters from this video is if somebody asks you for a discount, start subtracting the discount that you're going to give or potentially going to give directly from what you think you will net on that job. And when you do it that way, you'll be a lot more careful about what discounts you give to people and you'll stick to your guns way harder. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.